Hey everybody. All right, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. The cat is chasing the dog. Stop it. All right. My name is Bram. I talk about all things fashion, luxury, shopping, lifestyle, and travel. So if those are things that are interesting to you, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. Oh, I have a cat hair in my mouth. Become a member of my growing YouTube family. And yeah, let's have some fun. I post videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays all about those topics. So let's talk about it. Today, I wanted to kind of, I guess, get your input. This is probably going to be a relatively short video. I just did an unboxing. The last video I posted, I did an unboxing of my Cherry Speedy, which I'm really excited about. And I wanted to talk to you about like my next purchase. So I have a few things that are coming that are pretty exciting. I am, for whatever reason, this year I have been way more into like vintage items, specifically like early 2000s Louis Vuitton and like 90s, early 2000s Chanel. So that's been kind of my focus. So I have a list of all the things that I want to purchase, like my ongoing wish list basically. And I have like every time I finish purchasing something, now I have to start thinking about the next thing. And I guess that's just kind of like probably what a lot of us do in this like little luxury handbag community. You know what I mean? And so I think it's normal. But I am enjoying the ones that I have, definitely. But I definitely am always kind of thinking, okay, what's next? What's next? Right? So I have a few options that I wanted to discuss with you guys, all different price points, more or less, I guess. And I wanted you to give me some impact, like some impact. I wanted you to give me some input on what you think. What is your favorite out of these choices? What do you think I should go for next? Like, what is your favorite of them? All of that stuff. What do you think is like the most usable? Why not? All those things. So we're going to go over them. I'm going to throw up pictures as we go so you can see kind of what I'm thinking about. And before we, well, not and, but before we get to that, I do have a blind box to open. So I'm into this thing now. So I'm not a huge fan of the Labubus. I actually tried to purchase two Labubus online like a few months ago. And one of them I think came real. One of them was definitely fake and it like fell apart and it was like very, very obvious. So I'm only purchasing directly from Pop Mart now. Labubus are rough to get, but I actually don't really like their faces very much. I know that, I know that people love them, but I like the crybabies better. I think they're adorable. So I purchased this off of Amazon. It comes directly from Pop Mart, and so I know it's real, but I did get obviously the blind box. I only got one. Hold on, let me get Steven situated here. Come here. There's always something. If you watch my videos, you know that there's always something going on with my animals. So yeah, it's always busy in here. Come on. Even when I'm home alone, I'm not home alone. Yeah, come on. So Steven likes to cuddle himself. You can see him in the corner there. He likes to cuddle himself in the blankets. And he needs help getting in the blankets. So when I'm not home, he can get into them perfectly fine. But when I am home, he needs 100% attention and help getting himself wrapped up. Anyway, let's get back to the blind box. So I have this, and I'm really hoping for, so there's like, what is this? 6 options, and then like the 2 secret and the super secret. And I'm not counting on that. But let's see. So we have Frog Girl. I like the frog. This is the one that I hope I don't get. The Love Makes Us Cry one. Then there's the Bumblebee, which is cute. The Duck You, which I really like also. And this one is I'll Give You All My Money, the pink one. And then there's Alice. So like Alice in Wonderland. So I'm hoping I like Alice in Wonderland and I like the Frog Girl the best. So fingers crossed that it's one of the 2 of those. And if not, I wouldn't mind the Duck You or the Bee. Both of those are cute. Okay, Steven. Okay. All right, let's open. All right. So we're going to do some ASMR. Yes. And let's see what we got, guys. All right. So here is the baggie. And how does this open? Oh, okay. We got, ooh, we got the frog girl. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to find a good bag for her to hang on and live on. And I like to take off these tags. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but they kind of like ruin the whole look. So let's take that off. And there we go. All right. Now in here, it does come with a sticker, which I did another unboxing, which will be in like another video or whatever. And I noticed that it had the sticker and it gave away what it was. So this time around, I tried not to open, like look at it before I opened the package. So here we go, guys. All right. I am excited about that one. Okay. So now let's talk about, hold on. Let me clean up. All right. Now let's talk about the bags. Okay. So this would actually be really cute on one of them that I'm going to tell you about. All right. Carol wants to say hi. Come on. All right, guys. Let's say hi to puppy girl. This is Carol. If you haven't been here before, she is my extremely high maintenance puppy who doesn't like me to do anything but talk about her and to her and hang out with her and cuddle with her all day long. Guess it's a good thing I don't work outside of the house anymore, huh? Right? So I can just hang out with you all day. All right. So let's get going. She's probably going to hang out here for a few minutes, right? Okay. All right. Let's talk about it. So first one is I would like to get, so let me give you a little bit of background as well. I have mentioned this before on my channel. For many years, I purchased items, and then when I wasn't wearing them or when they weren't fitting into my lifestyle for the moment, I would sell them on and purchase new items. And I think that that's common, and everybody kind of, I think a lot of people do that. However, I have changed my outlook on things, and I feel like at this point in my life, I want to be more of a collector rather than just a consumer. So there are definitely pieces that I've sold on in my life, and I'm going to do a video about like what I've sold on and regret and all of that stuff that I've never thought about again. And like until I've actually seen them on the street or seen them in the store or seen them somewhere, I'm like, oh shoot, I had that and that didn't work for me or whatever. But there's quite a few, honestly, that I have sold on and been really sorry that I did that. And there might have been a reason that I did it. There might have been, maybe I needed the money at that point instead of a bag or whatever. But there's definitely quite a few that I'm sorry that I ever parted with. And a lot of that is because I've been purchasing designer bags for about 25 years, maybe a little bit longer at this point. And it seems like now I know, obviously, that fashion comes back around. And I don't think that you really understand how quickly fashion cycles go when you're 20, but maybe when you're 40, you do, and you understand that things come back. And now I'm having to pay a higher price to put things back in my collection when I could have had these bags for a few $100s or whatever back when I purchased them the first time. So I'm sorry about a few things. And now, like I said, in my mind, I'm thinking of myself as, yeah, I use my collection, but I'd like to have a full collection of all the items that I think are important. You know what I'm saying? Whether I go through periods where I don't use them or whatever, that's fine. And I'm making the commitment, I guess, to not sell the things that I think I'll want to add at some point again later on, so that I'm not just like spending more and more money to add the things that are already in my collection, So that being said, a lot of what is on this list I've actually had. So part of my like resolution for the year in terms of like what I'm buying and stuff and moving forward, because it's going to take more than a year, but is to replenish my collection of the things that I sold and shouldn't have, basically. So, and there's also like new things that I want as well, but a lot of the things on my list are pieces that I had that I sold, maybe for in a different color or whatever, but things that I want to add back. So, all right, let's go through it. So I have actually 6 items to go through with you. So the first one is the Steven Sprouse Speedy. I had this bag in pink, and I ended up selling it because at that time the Speedy wasn't the bag that I was like, I guess, like, you know, pulling out of my collection. I was working full time, and my career has been pretty much sales, and a lot of it was door-to-door sales. So I was in the field, I was walking around for hours, whatever, and a Speedy was not the most comfortable item to wear because obviously the ones that I'm talking about didn't have the bandolier option. So that being said, I swear it's like a daycare in here. Come on, baby. You can sit. Come on, buddy. I think that he's settled now. He's starting to be. Okay. So anyway, so it didn't have the bandolier option. So I ended up selling it, and that was that. But I am sorry that I did because I had gotten a really great price on that. And so like I'm kicking myself at this point. But I want to add in a Speedy Graffiti from the Steven Sprouse collection. I want it in the pink. So while I do also like the 2001 version a lot, that is something that I have not had either one of those. I think it came in 3 colors. I know there was a green, I think there was a silver, and I don't know if the Speedy came in yellow or that was just the Pouchette. But anyway, I've never had that, and I'm open to that as well. I actually wouldn't mind that either in a silver or the green. However, the one that I'm thinking of for the moment, just because I like bright colors, would be either the pink or the green. Green is more expensive. It's harder to find in the Speedy option, but I would like both of them, to be honest, at some point. But right now, I think we're talking about the pink because those are the ones that I've located for a okay price online. So that's number 1. Number 2 would actually be the Graffiti Neverfull. So I also had this. I had this in the pink, and I didn't really use it, and I'm really kicking myself over that one that I let go because it was like in brand new condition. It was in perfect condition, and that was pretty stupid. But I wasn't using it, and I saw it as, like the bag itself is just a really big bag, and unless you're carrying a lot of things around. So I had that bag at a different stage in life. I had it later on when I was working in an office, and I had to lock my bag up when I got into work because I had people coming in and out of my office all day, and like, yeah, so I needed a bag that could fit into my drawer that locked, and that was it. So that bag didn't fit, and I didn't really have enough to like put in it and carry it around and all of that stuff. So that got sold. So I am thinking about either adding a pink or a green Neverfull back into my collection if I can't find a good Speedy. Ultimately, I want both, probably in like opposite colors. So maybe like the Speedy in the pink and the Neverfull in green, or vice versa. So that's what I'm thinking. So I am on the hunt for that. Next one is, let's see, a Speedy in the denim, like the neo denim Speedy, I think it's called. Anyway, that bag, I did have it, as you know, I did have it at some point. I don't even remember. I think I had it when like it very first came out, maybe like the next year or something, because I believe I bought it off of eBay at some point in my life. And it was a throw around bag. I used it for a long time. I knocked it around, and it just, I don't know. I don't know why I sold it, to be honest. I guess I just, again, wasn't really using it. It was around that time where I was not carrying it to work. And then I had like little kids. So on the weekends and stuff, I wanted hands-free bags, things like that. So again, I sold it. So that is something that I would love to re-add into my collection. I don't like the new version, the new Speedy version. There is a new denim line coming out that I'm actually really excited to see, because there's some like pink and gray, I think it is, that looks good. The Speedy, however, that collection, And I think just because it's denim and because it was like a workhorse bag for a lot of people, it probably matched a lot of outfits and it just got worn like into the ground. I think that it didn't really age very well. And so it's very hard on the secondhand market to find them in very good condition, in my opinion. So I'm looking for that in good condition. Yeah. I tried to scratch that itch a few years ago with the denim. Was it the Neo? No. Hold on. The baggy. It was the baggy GM. So it was the large one. And I just didn't really wear it. It wasn't the one that I wanted. What I wanted was the Speedy. So anyway, I have my eyes open for that one. There's a few that I found online. They're in okay condition, not amazing. Like I said, it might be, if I can find one where the denim is in good condition, it might be one where I can't get a break, guys. I just can't. I love you. I know I love you so much. I love you. Okay. If I can find one where the denim itself is in good condition, even if the vachetta needs to be changed out and it's a good price, I probably will go that route. And that way I can get it like spruced up, obviously by Louis Vuitton, but the denim is in good condition because I think that's the more important part, because they'll change out the vachetta, but they won't obviously do anything with like old denim, just the same way that they don't fix the canvas. So yeah, so that's the next one. The next one is one that I've never had actually, and it is the Kusama K-Town Speedy. So I really love this bag. It was never on my radar until one day recently, actually. I was in Pilates and the instructor came in with the yellow bag. And I was like, oh my God, like in person, that bag is extremely beautiful. I never liked the new release, the reimagining of the collection. I don't really like primary colors very much, so I didn't like those dots. I thought it was kind of a lazy collection, but the original one is absolutely beautiful. I only like the Speedy from that collection. I think it's like stunning in person. It's way better than I ever thought it would be. I don't like the yellow. I'm drawn to either the blue or the red. So either one of those, when they pop up at a good price, that's something that I would consider. And I also like the white, but I'd probably stick with the blue or the red. I think I like those the best, unless there's like an incredible deal on the white. Well, the white would go with more. I don't know. I guess I'm open to all three, to be honest. But anyway, any one of those three, I'm definitely open to. And I'm like, yeah. So that's another option. And again, like all of these things, I plan to add all at some point, most likely. But it's just like, what's going to be the next one? You know what I mean? What's going to be the next one? So the next one I've had. I had this actually like 3 or 4 times, and it is the Pochette Matisse in Farouge. So I was obsessed with the Matisse back in, what was it, 2016, 2017, like, and 18, absolutely obsessed. I had the Infrarouge, I had the reverse monogram, I had it in pink, I had it in regular monogram. It was a ridiculous situation. Do you want to get down? Okay. You want to get down? Not yet? So I've had it in multiple colors. All right. Now she's sitting on the couch staring at me. All right. So that one I think I only like it. I only want it back in the Infrarouge, and it's because I really like the Infrarouge print itself, and I don't really like anything else that the Infrarouge comes in at the moment. I had the mini backpack, and I'm just not into mini backpacks at the moment. I had that in the Infrarouge and sold that, and I don't miss that one, not at this point. And I don't like the Palm Springs PM. I actually find that, for me at least, the padded straps are like, they just don't sit correctly. And so they're kind of, not that they're uncomfortable, but they sort of slip off my shoulders. So I'm not interested in that. So definitely the Pochette Matisse. And I've seen quite a few. They're not very, their prices are coming down on the secondhand market, in my opinion. The problem that I had with that bag was and that this is like the only concern I have, I guess, is that I actually didn't sell it. I actually had multiples. Hold on, guys, my eyelashes. Okay. I actually had multiples. They look crazy right now. There's like a little space in there. All right. I actually had multiples of the infrarouge, and there was just constant problems with it. One time, I think I had it 3 times. One time, the lock itself was broken. It wouldn't close correctly. The second time, the paint was like there was like a slice through the paint or something that it came like that. And then the third time, oh my god, the glazing was melting. And so I brought it in. They couldn't do anything about it, and they gave me the credit towards like whatever I wanted to buy in the store. So that being said, it's been a rough road with the Pochette Métis. I do, however, love that bag. And I know that I did another video where I'm like, the bag is kind of like, I was surprised that people were still buying it because I thought that we had kind of moved on from that bag. Like it seems like it's a little bit dated or whatever. And I do think it's a little bit dated. However, in the red, I think that I love it in the red. And I always have. And I think it's useful. I think it's a very comfortable bag. And I think it's crossbody. And I don't care if crossbody is in or out and whatever. So anyway, that's a bag that at some point, at a good price, I would like to add back into my collection. And hopefully it won't have any glazing issues. Oh my God, my eye. All right, guys, this is a mess of a video. So if you are still here, I appreciate you because we've been a mess. We've been going through it here. We have like cats, we have dogs, we have eyelashes. We're a disaster. Okay, so this is actually the last bag on the list. Yeah, this is the last bag, and this is totally like in a whole nother direction. And I actually think that I'm probably going to get this bag anyway, just because of the price point and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna let you guys know about it anyway because it is on my list, and it is the Cambridge Satchel Company. Cambridge Satchel Company. I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna pop it up here, obviously, and they did a collaboration with Hello Kitty. Now, I love Hello Kitty. I've loved Hello Kitty my whole life. Like yeah. And actually, the reason that I wanted the frog of the crybaby was because my favorite Sanrio character is actually Karopi the frog, which they don't do really anything with anymore, which makes me sad, but I love frogs. So anyway, that being said, I still love Hello Kitty and I love Sanrio, and they did this really cool like collection with Sanrio, Hello Kitty specifically, because I don't think that there's any other characters that they used in this collection, but they did it kind of in like sort of a grown-up way, which I kind of like because I'm always like on the fence. While I don't mind having like, as I sit here talking to you with my sweater with like fruit on it and my like name chain and like pearls and whatever and my crybaby. And like I obviously embrace like kid things, and I like kid things. I do. I like fun things, and you can see like I have Karopi right here behind me, and like little twin stars and who's that? Rainbow Bright. Like I obviously embrace it. However, when I'm actually going outside with certain things, I do like it to be a little more balanced in terms of like childish and grown up. Like I sort of want it to like mesh a little bit better than, which is why I like the designer collections with the fun stuff, because like designer is obviously, when it is like a luxury brand, it's obviously like adult and grown up. And then when you add like the child twist to it, it kind of is like that middle ground that I think a lot of us kind of enjoy, and that's why these collections do so well, right? So anyway, that being said, this collection they have the Hello Kitty in the like all pink. They have her in the traditional white with the red bow and like the yellow nose or whatever, and then they have her in all black. So I do not like black. However, I really like this bag in black. They have it in a crossbody version and they have it in a shoulder bag version. So I'm kind of on the fence between those two. And I guess maybe that is the question, because I probably will purchase this bag sooner rather than later, just because I don't want to miss out on the opportunity, considering it seems like it's a collaboration and it is, who knows if it's going to be available like on the secondhand market. And if it is, usually these types of bags I think go for much more than, they're just, it's different than buying like a used designer bag, in my opinion. A lot of times these types of collaborations go for much more on the secondhand collection and on the secondhand market. Anyway, that being said, I think I like the black. I think I like the shoulder bag, although I'm not 100% sure. So tell me what you think. I'm going to throw all the pictures of that collab up here so you can kind of give me your thoughts on it. Yeah, I I don't know. I like them all, and I think that they all look useful. I don't know which one I would use more, but I do think that they're super cute. So, okay, guys, that is my list. This is actually a much longer video than I thought it would be, and I think it's just because obviously we had a ton of distractions, obviously, and I have like pet hair everywhere. It's a disaster. So, all right, guys. That being said, I am all done. I've talked enough. Let me know your thoughts below. Obviously, once the decision is made, we'll have an unboxing very soon. So you will find out which of these I purchased. But yeah, but we haven't made a decision yet. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know, which one you would do, what you think is the best, all that stuff. If you have not subscribed, then why not? It is totally free for you. It is priceless for me. So I would love it if you would subscribe. Oh, if you could, I would appreciate that. And what else, guys? Hit the bell notification so you are notified when I do upload a video Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I think that's it, guys. I'm going to throw up my Instagram handle here. I am not very active on there, disclaimer at this moment, but I am trying to be better and trying to kind of get into taking outfit pictures and all that stuff. So that will be changing soon. So Instagram handle is here. If you would like to follow me there, I would appreciate that as well. And what else, guys? I think that's it. So I am going to throw up another video somewhere around here in case you haven't seen it and just in case you want to watch more. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.